Hi, Miss Darlene here from Jiggy Math. This lesson is all about average. In primary 3 and 4, pupils have progressed from inferring picture graphs in lower primary to reading and interpreting data presented in bar graphs, tables, and line graphs. This lesson video will help pupils learn that the average of a set of data is the total amount or total number divided by the number of data or items in the set. This is the average formula that we are going to learn. So what is the big idea behind this lesson? We hope that pupils will understand that the average of a set of data is between the smallest data and the largest data. Come and join me as we extend our knowledge of graphs and tables to find the average of the given set of data. Here's the first example. This table shows the scores Ben, Brenna, Lisa, and Mark got on a maths quiz. So as you can see in the table, these are the names and the corresponding points that they have earned. So our task is to find the average score. Now, if you can still recall, I have shown you a while ago the average formula that we are going to use. So to get the average score, we just need to get the total score divided by the number of pupils. So let's do that. Let's find out the total score. So we got 72 plus 86 plus 74 added by 80, and the final score is 312. So to get the average score, we just need to divide 312 by 4 since there are 4 students here that are involved. So dividing the two numbers, the answer would be 78. So their average score is 78. Let's have this second example. 3 teams took part in a basketball game. The table shows the number of points scored by each team. So as we can see, Team A got 98 points, Team B got 113 points, and Team C got 92 points. So let's get the average number of points scored by each team. So first, let's get the total number of points. Adding the 3 scores or points here, 98 plus 113 plus 92 will give us a sum of 303. Now we are ready to go to the second step. So to get the average number of points, so the total number of points divided by the number of teams. So 303 divided by 3 teams will give us 101. So the average number of points scored by each team is 101. Now, the third example is left unanswered for you to try on. The table shows the amount of money Mr. Williams spent on 4 days. Your task is to get the average amount of money he spent each day. Do you remember the formula that you need to use to get the average? Yes, just simply get the total and then divide it by the number of data. Now this time, we are ready to move on to the second lesson. We are going to look for the total from the average. Sometimes in an average question, the average is already given, but what we need to do is the total. So let's take this as our example. Mr. Harris jogs an average of 3 kilometers each day. Find the total distance he jogs in 4 days. So remember, we are not looking for the average. This time, we need to look for the total distance. And to get the total distance, we just need to multiply the average by the number of items. Why did we multiply? Working backwards will do the trick. Remember, when we got the average, we divided the total by the number of data. So this time, Let's do the other way around. So what's the opposite operation of division? It's multiplication. So that's why we are going to multiply the average by the number of items. So let's try to break this problem down. Let's look at the given information. What's the average distance Mr. Harris jogs each day? It's 3 kilometers based on the problem. And what about the number of days he jogs? He jogged for 4 days. So to get the total distance, we just need to multiply 3 by 4 to get 12 kilometers. Therefore, Mr. Harris jogs 12 kilometers in 4 days. Let's move on to the second example. There are 9 boxes of apples. The average mass of a box of apples is 12 kilograms. What's the total mass of the 9 boxes of apples? So let's break this down and write the given information. The average mass is given and it's equal to 12 kilograms. And the number of boxes are also given and it's equal to 9. So to get the total number or amount, or to get the total mass, we just need to multiply the average by the number of items. So we multiply 12 by 9 and we will get 108 kilograms. So the total mass of the 9 boxes of apples is equal to 108 kilograms. This one is for you to try on. Brenna sews some costumes for a school play. The average time she takes to sew each costume is 89 minutes. What's the total time taken by her to sew 5 costumes? Remember, to get the total time, multiply the average by the number of costume. What about this problem? Do you think you'll be able to answer the given question? A basketball team scored an average of 136 points in each of 7 games. What was the total number of points scored in the 7 games? So how do you find the total number or amount, given the average and the number of items? Yes, you just need to multiply the average and the number of items, and you will get the total number of points scored in the 7 games. Moving on to the third lesson. This time, we are going to find the number of data. Let's have this as an example. Carol packed 150 cookies equally into identical jars. There were 25 cookies in each jar on average. How many jars did she use? So let's examine this problem. The total number of cookies is already given, and we got 150 cookies in all. What about the average number of cookies? Yes, it's also given, and it says there that there are 25 average number of cookies in a jar. So to get the number of jars, we can use this formula. The total number or total amount divided by the average. Do you see the relationship of this formula with the previous formulas that we have studied so far? Yes, you just need to work backwards again. So, the number of jars, which is 150, divided by 25, will give us 6. So, Carol used 6 jars in all. Let's have one more example. Andy spent $120 on some books. The average cost of a book was $24. How many books did he buy? So first, let's get the total amount, which is $120. And find out the average cost based on the given information in the problem. So we got $24. So to get the number of books, we just have to divide $120 divided by 24. And this will give us 5. So Andy bought 5 books in all. Did you get the same answer as mine? Here's something for you to try on. A bakery sold 1,020 cupcakes. It sold an average of 12 cupcakes to each customer. How many customers were there? So to solve this problem, it would be useful if you find out the given information first. And once you have filled this up, use this formula. The number of data is equal to the total number or total amount divided by the average, and you will get the number of customers. Now, to summarize, we have talked about three types of problems wherein the given problem we are looking for the average. And if that's the type of problem that you are going to answer, all you need to do is to get the total number or amount divided by the number of data. This is the formula to get the simple average. We also studied a second type of word problem wherein we need to find the total number or total amount. And in this case, we just have to use this formula: average times the number of data. And lastly, for the third type of word problem concerning average, this time we're looking for the number of data. And to get that, we just have to divide the total number or amount by the average. I hope you learned from this lesson video. Goodbye.